Hi everyone, I hope you and your family are okay. For this particular video, I will be discussing lesson number 9, which is divided into two: audio information and media, as well as motion information and media. We already discussed about text and visual information and media. And parallel to that, we also recall the three types of media, which are print, broadcast, and new media. For audio information and media, we are going to cover broadcast media, specifically radio. And for motion information and media, we are going to cover broadcast media, television, and film. When we say audio information and media, it is any sound or auditory impression perceived by ears and processed by the brain. Given this particular definition, we can identify that our target market is listener. Types of audio information and media. First is dialogue or conversation. If you can still recall our lesson number 1, which is communication. Sender providing a particular message through a channel or medium, and the receiver decodes the message. So meaning to say, in a dialogue or conversation, there is an exchange of ideas, thoughts, concept, etc. And in this particular exchange of ideas, we use David Berlow's SMCR and not again the Shannon-Weaver model of communication, because in Shannon-Weaver model of communication, even though there is a particular feedback, it is mathematical or technical in nature. But the moment we use SMCR of David Berlow, we consider these four key elements. And what are those? If we can still recall, we have there the knowledge, attitude, and social-cultural system. And when we say dialogue or conversation, it is divided into two. We have the formal and the informal conversation. Second, we have the lecture or talk, or what we call the symposium. Just like in communication, again, in a lecture or talk, we use here the SMCR. There is a particular speaker and there's a lot or a vast of audience listening to a particular or certain topic of interest. So participants are able to acquire information from the speaker, and the speaker must be expert in his or her particular field. Third, we have the news, awareness of current events. And from here, you can still recall the process on how to get public opinion, wherein we have gatekeeping, filtering the news and information, agenda setting, wherein it will tell you what to think about through the use or through these different media practitioners. And we have the process of attitude change or persuasion that triggers public opinion. And the fourth one, under types of audio information, we have music, vocal or instrumental sounds, or both, which expresses the melody, harmony, and rhythm of a specific tune. We have here, if you are familiar with Phantom of the Opera, we also have a lot of different musical, theatrical, or cinematic, or film. And since we already discussed the different types of audio information and media, let's now go to the different creators. First one is commentator. And where can we find the commentator? We can find the commentator in an AM station, or in a teleradio, or in the popular sports events. So the commentator provides his or her comment or comments or opinion on a particular subject or event. Second, we have the MC or Master of Ceremonies. So the host provides us the sequence of the program for us to be properly guided. Third, we have the disc jockey or the radio announcer. So he or she plays music on air, and he or she also provides trivia and other subjects during breaks between songs and the like. Narrator, you can find this in radio drama or in a particular film. And they are responsible for narrating our story. Just like a host, they provide us the sequence of the event or plainly the story. And now when we say voiceover, he or she provides the voice in a motion picture or television commercial. His or her voice is patterned to that genre, tone, or mood of that advertisement or motion picture. Now, how do we evaluate and rate audio information. So let me provide you some tips on how you technically evaluate them. First, check on the sound quality. Make sure the voice is more audible than the background music or the music bed. Always remember that if you are going to collaborate the voice and the music bed, always follow the 70-30 rule. 70% audio projection, voice projection, 30% is the music bed, natural sound, etc. Now, when we say voice quality, and when we say voice quality, it is more of the communication skills, proper pronunciation, voice projection, and the like. And finally, we have the content. The content must be parallel or it should complement the concept. For example, if that is a plug, if that is a genre on a particular film, and the like. So that's it for audio information and media. To continue lesson number 9, we are now going to proceed with motion, information, and media. And under this particular topic, we are going to discuss the people, the genre, and how to evaluate and rate motion information. So let's start off with people involved in making motion information. First, we have our actor and actresses. Technically speaking, they are the performers or they actually provide life to the script provided by our screenplay writer or the script writer. Second, we have our director. When we say director, he or she manages the whole production from pre-production, production to post-production. From pre-production in writing of the script, the dialogue, in the production, the cinematic effect of the different shots, and for post-production and how are they going to structure the story itself. Third, we have the script writer. Of course, without the script writer, we don't have the story and we don't have the dialogue. He or she manages the totality of the pre-production stage. Fourth one, we have the production design team. They are the first one to actually evaluate the script by providing us the overall look of a film and its set, from the venue, from the costume, etc. Now, what are the different genre of motion information? We are just going to add some information previously discussed or previously mentioned under text and visual information. So we already discussed comedy, drama, suspense, horror, romance, sci-fi or science fiction, and then action. Addition to this are documentary film. When we say documentary film, these are non-fictional motion picture intended to document some aspect of reality. Or in technicality, this is what we call symmetry, the mirror effect of real life scenario. Animation, this is created with hand drawn or computer generated animation technique. The reason why we have our ABFX strand in senior high school and DIA or digital in animation in college. And finally, as we mentioned earlier, we have the musical. Actors and actresses deliver their lines through music, creatively presented. Now, how do we actually evaluate and provide rating to this motion information? First, you need to check on the visual and the audio. And do you even know that the highest award in film is Best Picture? And when you get the Best Picture award, meaning to say you provide the totality from visual, audio, script, execution of the actors, actresses, etc. Second, best cinematography, art or technique of movie photography. Best shots and look aesthetically on screen. The cinematic effect wherein you provide a different dimension, 2D, 3D effect on the viewer. Best screenplay, of course, this actually justified the best script, storyline, and even the strong dialogue. If you can remember General Luna, they actually won the best screenplay because of the strong dialogue explicitly provided. Fourth one, we have the best musical score in terms of the music bed, background music, sound effects, and most of all, the original score or original composition. And finally, in evaluating and rating motion information, we also have the best visual effects. Achievement in visual effects by adding some elements to emphasize the cinematography. So that's it for audio and motion information or lesson number 9. So I hope you learned something and good luck to your quiz regarding this lesson. Thank you and goodbye.